Have you ever woken up one day, looked in the mirror, and barely recognized the person staring back? Like somewhere along the way, you stopped being yourself. You started playing a role. Saying the right things. Smiling at the right moments. Doing everything you thought you were supposed to do. And yet, deep down, you feel hollow. That's exactly what happened to Miley Cyrus. We all thought we knew her, didn't we? That sweet, bubbly, perfect girl who sang catchy songs, wore sparkly outfits, and made everyone fall in love with her on Hannah Montana. She was everywhere. On our screens. On our radios. In magazines. She was America's sweetheart. But what we didn't see was the little girl behind the camera, slowly losing herself. And what she finally revealed, years later, is a story so raw, so emotional, so real, that it makes you look at her completely differently. Because the truth is, her rise beyond Disney wasn't just about fame or shock value. It was about something we all face at some point in our lives. The choice to finally be yourself, even when the world doesn't approve. Let me take you back to where it all started. When Miley was cast in Hannah Montana, she was just a kid. And not just any kid, she was already part of a famous family. Her dad, Billy Ray Cyrus, was a star in his own right. And now, here was his little girl stepping into the spotlight, following in his footsteps. At first, it seemed like a dream come true. She got to sing. She got to act. She got to live out every kid's fantasy. But no one really talks about what happens when you're a kid, and you're suddenly treated like a product. From a young age, Miley was told how to dress, how to talk, how to act. She had to be sweet. Innocent. Fun. Relatable. Perfect. And she tried. Day after day, year after year, she played the part. But here's the thing, after a while, you start to forget who you really are. Even she's admitted, she couldn't always tell where Hannah ended and Miley began. It got to the point where she'd wake up, look in the mirror, and wonder, is this even me anymore? And when the show finally ended, she didn't just lose a job. She lost herself. Because when you've spent your whole life being what everyone else wants you to be, you don't even know who you want to be anymore. That's when things started to unravel. We all remember it, don't we? The headlines. The red carpets. The shocking performances. The bold outfits. The interviews that everyone couldn't stop talking about. People called her wild. They said she was spiraling. That she was throwing it all away. But here's what they didn't see. Miley wasn't trying to shock anyone. She wasn't rebelling just for the sake of attention. She was searching. She was trying to find herself again. She even said it once, it felt like she had to destroy everything people thought she was, just to figure out who she really was. One song at a time. One mistake at a time. One little step closer to the real Miley. Because here's what nobody tells you, becoming yourself isn't always pretty. It's messy. It's uncomfortable. It hurts. And sometimes, you have to let go of everything you thought you were, before you can build the person you're meant to be. That's what Miley did. And along the way, she learned some hard truths. She learned that you can't make everyone happy, no matter how hard you try. She learned that no amount of fame or money or attention can fill the emptiness you feel when you're pretending to be someone else. And she learned that being yourself is worth the risk. Even if people don't get it. Even if they judge you. Even if it scares you. Because at the end of the day, it's your life. And nobody else gets to live it but you. Over the years, Miley kept growing. Her music started changing. It wasn't just bubblegum pop anymore, it was raw, emotional, real. She sang about heartbreak. About loss. About hope. She started smiling again, but this time, not because someone told her to. This time, it was real. Little by little, people started seeing her differently. Not as Hannah. Not as Billy Ray's daughter. Just Miley. And now, she says she's finally at peace. finally comfortable in her own skin. And when you see her now, when you hear her sing, when you watch her on stage, you can feel it. She's not pretending anymore. And that's inspiring. Because her story shows us something we all need to remember. That no matter how long you've been pretending, no matter how many mistakes you've made, no matter how lost you feel, you can always come back to yourself. Always. Miley once said something that really stuck with me. She said, "You don't have to be who you were yesterday. You just have to be who you are right now." Think about that for a moment. So many of us stay stuck in old versions of ourselves. We keep playing roles we've outgrown. We keep hiding the parts of ourselves we're afraid to show. We stay small because we're scared of what people will say if we finally let ourselves be big. But the truth is, you don't need anyone's permission to change. You don't need to explain yourself. You just have to be brave enough to take the first little step. Start small. Change the way you dress. Speak up when you'd usually stay quiet. Try the thing you've always been too scared to try. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to get it right the first time. You just have to start. Because the only person who gets to decide who you are, is you. And you deserve to be yourself. So now I want to ask you something. What's the one part of yourself you've been hiding? What's the dream you've been pushing down? What's the version of you that you've been too scared to show? Maybe it's your creativity. Or your ambition. Or your love for something people don't understand. Whatever it is, it's time to let it out. That piece of you you've been hiding. That dream you tucked away because people said it was silly. That voice you silenced because you thought nobody wanted to hear it. That version of you that you thought wasn't good enough. It's time to stop waiting for the perfect moment, because here's the truth, there's no such thing. The perfect moment doesn't come. You create it. And you create it the second you decide you deserve to. Because you do. You deserve to be you. Not the version of you that everyone else wants. Not the watered-down version that keeps everyone else comfortable. Not that safe you. The real you. Even if it scares people. Even if it scares you. That's what Miley finally realized. After years of trying to be what the world wanted, sweet, polished, picture perfect, she reached a point where she couldn't pretend anymore. Because the truth is, pretending is exhausting. And what happens when you spend your whole life being someone else? You wake up one day, and you don't even know who you really are anymore. That's what happened to her. And it's probably happened to you, too, in your own way. But here's the thing about Miley's story, it shows us something really important. Something we all need to remember. No matter how far you've gone down the wrong road, you can always turn around. Always. Even if you've been walking it for years. Even if you feel like you're in too deep. Even if you think it's too late. It's never too late to stop and say, this isn't me anymore. I want more for myself. And you don't have to have all the answers yet. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need one brave moment to take that first small step back toward yourself. That's what Miley did. She didn't wake up one day with it all figured out. She stumbled. She made mistakes. She tried things that didn't work. But step by step, she got closer to herself. And if she can do it, with the entire world watching, then so can you. So don't let fear stop you. Don't let the opinions of others drown out your own voice. Don't let guilt over who you used to be keep you from becoming who you're meant to be. Because you can always choose again. Always. You're allowed to change. You're allowed to grow. You're allowed to be different today than you were yesterday. And you're allowed to rise. Even now. Especially now. So whatever it is you've been holding back, it's time to let it out. Because the world doesn't need another version of someone else. It needs you. The real you. And you deserve nothing less. So take a breath. Think of that thing you've been holding back. And tell me in the comments. Because your story might just inspire someone else watching this right now. And if Miley's journey moved you, even just a little, go ahead and tap that like button. And stay here with us, our next story is another incredible rise you won't want to miss. And if you want more stories like this one, hit subscribe. Because here, you belong. No matter what the world says about you, you deserve to be you. Always. And never forget, you don't have to be who you were yesterday. Just be who you are right now. And keep rising.